Chris, did you log into Roll20 yet?
I think so.
And we're back.
Oh.
Guys are the absolute worst sometimes. Wow, and Infamous Bob, before we get started, thank you so much for the gifted subs. It's very much appreciated for all your wonderful support. Thank you so much for that. And if we get another level 2 hype train, Chris, Ollie, get that whistle ready, buddy.
It's ready. Ready. It doesn't work right now. We need a hype train.
Soon enough, my friend. Soon enough.
Yeah.
So, when we last left our heroes, having defeated the strange corpse flower in the cavern and finding themselves with a now crystal infant, if you would, you continue to make your way outside of the cavern, making your way back down the ravine, eventually headed down to...
Sorry, there's another.
You can't focus.
It's very difficult. My screen is glowing in a whole bunch of different ways. Seriously, guys, thank you very much. Oh my gosh, so very much appreciated. All right.
Wow.
Let's get to the game, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Heading back towards the city of Trellis, you made your way down the very rocky side of the ridge of the cliff. It was about relatively late at that point in time, getting close to the midnight hour, as you met your first butcher outside of the town, your new friend, the ogre Shanks, who offered to potentially give you some rewards and gold and whatnot if you were more than willing to enter into a hunt for him. Or if you happen to come across any creatures and happen to harvest any of their bits, you could bring it back for potentially some extra coin. You then made your way back to the tavern, the Spitting Frog, where you were kind of barred entry as you had a little bit of stink on you. You were a little bit too ripe at that point to be part of the patronage there. And so you headed down to the bathhouse. Moving your way down to the bathhouse, you met the individual, the owner and proprietor, who seemed to be having some sort of problems inside the bathhouse. However, it didn't take long for you to discover what the issue was, as a few water weirds seemed to have taken their place and rightful inhabitants inside of the pools themselves. A fierce battle proceeded. At that point, Alcor was almost lost to the group, but thanks to a kind spirit that watches over all of our players, he was able to be revived. Having defeated the water weirds, you eventually made your way back to the tavern, where you sat down and slept for the remainder of the evening. And so, our story continues. Awaking to this fresh day, you hear the birds chirping outside, some of the townfolk beginning to start their day outside of your windowsills. What would you like to do?
Make money, make money, make money.
Should we eat breakfast?
Oh yeah, food.
Yeah. Start the day off with a nice hearty breakfast.
Like I've started none of my days. A nice breakfast will do.
You all make your way down to the front of the tavern, gathering all your things once more. Finding yourself at the end of the bar rail, you proceed to order your breakfast. It's a lovely variety of a strange poached egg that you've never actually seen before, a little bit bigger than what you're used to, some baked breads, as well as what looks to be some pork or bacon.
Yes, bacon.
Bacon.
Yes. Do you think we can pack some and take some with us?
Some road bacon?
And bacon. Eggs? Wouldn't you just want to pack the eggs?
Maybe don't pack the eggs.
I'm testing to see what the child will eat in like various different foods to see what it'll actually eat.
I know
do
he
you
likes meat.
Eat eggs?
What?
Do you eat eggs?
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
question.
I mean, birds
Just
of prey.
Yeah,
Birds
I
of
would.
prey, I suppose.
Yeah. It's not my own,
Yeah.
but I won't, my own
You can
kind.
lay eggs?
I can't, no.
You're learning a lot today, Ollie.
I sure am.
Did we
As
get
this
an
is
answer on-
happening, I'm
No.
wrapping up the bacon and putting some of it in my pocket.
This is what I'm saying, right? We should just keep it for
I'm just-
later.
Yeah, I'll order more for now.
I already ate all my bacon.
Oh,
Mm,
that happens.
poor thing. Well, I know we gotta collect from Bobicus today. We may have some words for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Anyone got a
are we
game
still
plan for
mad?
that?
Are we still mad about that? Are
I'm
we
less.
okay?
I'm less mad after the bathhouse thing, just because of comparison purposes. You
Yeah,
know?
but we wouldn't be at the bathhouse if we didn't get all stinky in the first place.
That's a very good point, actually. Now I'm mad again.
No, I'm mad because, especially because, didn't we ask him specifically if there was anything we needed to know, and he said no?
It's possible he didn't know about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But he did know enough to hire people to send somebody to go get it. So he knew that.
Yeah.
He's
It
paid
might have been
1,000
dangerous.
gold to send some people to go get wheat, so obviously he knew the dangers.
Well,
Also, in a
this
way,
guy
this
who was-
baby is kind of his fault too, isn't it?
The baby? What?
Well, I mean, we wouldn't have found the baby.
Lucy just described the baby as Bobicus's fault, quote unquote.
Hmm.
I guess the right word would be responsibility.
I mean,
I have
I
a
don't
feeling
know if he
he's
would
gonna
know.
see it a different way.
Should we tell Bobicus about the baby?
No.
That was fast,
what-
Pablo.
would be
Yeah,
the
why?
purpose of that?
Yeah,
Have you grown a bit attached there, Pablo?
Maybe
Yeah.
a little.
That's adorable.
oh. Are you naming it, Pavo?
Haven't thought of a name yet.
Don't name Pavo. We can't keep bringing a baby along on the adventures that we.
I understand we can't take him with us forever, but
Well, we could make like
We
a metal
can.
case, for him,
We
and the
can.
case can float around with us.
It
and
can.
when it's battle, it just shuts over the baby.
No.
So
That
you want
doesn't
to
sound
keep
like
the
a bad
baby?
idea.
You want to keep the baby in a floating cage? Is that what I'm hearing?
no.
Yeah.
In a floating
Floating
cage
stroller.
in dangerous
Floating stroller.
situations.
And it shields it in danger.
Well,
There's a
maybe it has
difference.
powers.
Pablo, what do you want to do with the
Maybe
baby?
the baby has
Yeah.
powers.
Well, I want to see if we can find out more information about maybe where it came from first, and then we can decide.
So Hawkins Institute.
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds like a good play. After
But I
we
don't think
collect
this is
our
a great
payment.
city for it. Just because
I would agree
it's-
with that.
Because
The
it's
baby,
such
yeah.
this so unique. I mean, this obviously there's something special about this child. I would feel really bad if something bad happened to it.
Right.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
So
so
is it eating anything?
You haven't actually tried feeding it anything yet.
Well, I asked you. I'm trying to feed him different things, and that's when Ollie asked about scrambled eggs or eggs.
It seems to take a little bit of a liking to the bacon. It's so far from what you've seen, it's been mostly meat, although he has been slightly fussy at times when you've tried to feed him the meat.
this
So it
baby's
has
a
teeth?
carnivore.
So this baby already has teeth.
Sure.
Okay.
I thought it was mentioned that they had like crystally type teeth.
I didn't
Marrow.
remember that.
Mm-hmm. When it ate
thought
all the
so.
meat.
Yeah.
I think that
Yes.
was an
That's the
assumption
bone.
on Chris's part, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was just making them.
It has. It definitely has crystal teeth. The baby has a grill.
This baby's dope.
Uh,
Well, first things first, I suppose we should definitely go collect on what we're owed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get like, ahead of the day or anything, but like, I just maybe while you guys are going to collect the money, like I can just go down to the store with the book and just like read it for like an hour quickly. I just need like an hour. I don't even need to write anything down because like I can remember everything now. How cool is that, guys?
Do you want someone to go with you? Or are you just going to go alone?
Well, probably because it also might be a trap. So
I volunteer Alcor.
I also volunteer Alcor.
Alcor?
Arcor was already ready to go. So yes, he would go.
Okay.
She'll be reading, she won't be asking me any questions. And then there will be too many questions in their minds regarding the book. I'll be safe.
Smart, hiding in plain sight.
Yep.
Are you saying that out loud? Or are you thinking that?
I'm thinking it.
Of course you are. Great, I'm so happy you're coming, Alcor.
Me too.
Okay. Well, then that solves that.
As you begin to get up from the tables, the innkeeper looks to you all and informs you that it was 5 copper for the morning breakfast.
Oh yeah, stuff's getting expensive.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
That's nice, Lucy.
Which by Lucy's thing.
All right, and as you all begin to get up, I would like everyone to give me an acrobatics check, please, as we stretch out the morning sun. Oh, yeah. Oh boy.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I pulled a muscle.
Oh God.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's good stuff.
These are great.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I tried to
I like
stretch
him a
my
little
foot
later
in
into the
frame and I
episode.
just pulled it. All right.
So, you make your way outside of the Spitting Frog once more to see the early morning day, as you typically find many individuals scurrying about, getting to their jobs, getting to back to the market, potentially down to the harbor side. So, if I am correct, Alara and Alcor, you're going to be heading back to Trade Stars, and the rest of the group is headed to the Silver Pony.
That's correct.
Nod of approval.
On the way, are we going with Alcor and Ilara first, or with us first?
Well, the Trade Stars sits at the very front of the market, so
Okay.
you'd actually have to pass by there to get to the Silver Pony.
Okay.
All right, so you continue onward. It doesn't take very long, just a few minutes to make it to the marketplace. You can see many of the vendors beginning to open up shop and put out fresh fish from for the day. A few are laying out spices. A few laying out some cloth and some textiles. You make your way to the Trade Stars, where Alara and Alcor, I'm assuming that you'll be leaving the group at this point.
I'm going into Trade Stars.
I follow
Enjoy
him. Bye,
your
guys.
book.
I'm not going in. The owner will be hustler. He's gonna be upset that I got rid of the spear. I just gave it away.
So
you
is
don't
that a
have to
no
tell
for you
him
going
that.
in there, Ollie?
That's a no.
Fair enough.
Bye,
Alara
guys.
Have fun reading your book.
Alara and
Well, thanks,
Alcor
Lucy.
leave the party headed into the trade shop, where you can see Trader Rick now opening up for the day, brushing off some of the counter, making sure that any dust or anything along those lines no longer sits on the counter. He takes notice of you as you come in. Welcome to Trade Stars. Welcome back. You're the two from the other day, right?
Yeah. I'm here for the book.
Oh, right. That was yous. Okay. Yeah, I think that it's it probably will be a little bit of a slow start this morning. I can probably help you out and get you to take a look at the book. He walks over to...
I just need one thing. I know you said you were gonna like lock me in a room with the book, but Alcor, this is Alcor. He's gonna come with me because people are sketchy these days, and I've been told I need to be more careful and less trusting of people.
Okay. Yeah, I remember him. He was the one with all the gems last time.
Yes, he was.
All right. Very well. Very well. He walks to the center of the store where you can see the book is now hovering in the in between, directly in the middle of the force field that surrounds it, the blue arcane aura that seems to illuminate the rest of the shop. Trader Rick walks over, putting his hand on a few sets of ruins before you watch as the arcane energies seem to sink down into the floor. Very carefully grasping the book, he kind of cradles it in his arm for a brief moment, walking you over to a back room, seemingly one that you hadn't visited before. You find yourself now in the back room. He opens up a wooden door that seems to be reinforced with some iron markings on it. He leads you into the room, putting the book directly down on a desk that sits in the center of the table. Or, sorry, a desk that sits in the center of the room. All around you can see it's a relatively standard room, probably about only 10 feet by 10 feet. There's no windows, there's no other openings, only that of the door that you entered through. A few bookshelves on the side, as well as a few shelves that seem to hold some of what you assume would be inventory of Trader Rick's.
Hey, Alcor. This kind of reminds me of when we'd study in the library.
Yes. Same thing.
Oh, God. Okay, I go over to the book and I sit down and...
Hey, whoa, before you touch that, he reaches in and pulls out these, what seem to be kind of a nylon glove, and pops it down and directly in front of you. If you're going to touch it, then use those, please.
Okay, so this book is really old then.
It's extremely old.
Interesting. And how long ago did you come upon this book?
Me personally, I'm going to say it's probably been about 10, 15 years.
Has anyone else come in the shop and asked about it? With a specific interest?
No, a few people have come in to ask about it just because it looks like an old book. It's in the center of the shop. They inquire about it, but no one really cares that much about it.
Okay, so I'm the first one to really care about the book then.
You're the only one who's ever wanted to actually sit down and read it.
It's good signs, good signs. Okay, I'll put on the gloves. Are you gonna stay here?
You've got an hour. No,
okay.
I gotta open up my shop. Are you kidding me? I'll just lock you guys from the inside.
Okay, you're locking us both in here.
You damn right.
Alcor, this sounds sketchy. Oh, okay. Well, how do we know you're gonna let us out?
I'll be back in an hour. You said you wanted an hour, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Lara, we have the book. It's okay.
Okay.
If you want out sooner, just knock on the door. I'll come open it up.
Okay.
Laura, you should be less trusting. This is not what we meant.
Yeah. Be careful what you ask for. Okay.
What are you trying to pull?
All right, I'm just going to say, Alcor, shh, you're so loud. Shh, think somewhere else. And I'm going to just focus on reading.
Yeah, I will do a mind link, and I will just whisper all the time she's reading.
You're not.
I'll stop it.
Sitting down at the desk, you open up the book to the first page. Beginning reading, you read, "How strange the winds of time flow through these areas, where some currents flow north and others currents west. The winds of time seem to move differently here, overlapping, dancing, like candles in the wind. I need you to go ahead and make an arcana check for me, please.
I thought you were gonna say saving throws. Oh no. Oh, please. Do I still have inspiration
Nope.
from last? What?
Nope.
Oh, it ran out? Okay. That's
Well, you used it.
I did? Okay.
Yes, you
I
did.
trust you. Okay. That is shite. Oh wow, I have good arcana. It's still bad.
You're a wizard.
9. So that's 16. I know.
I
Oh,
don't know a lot about D&D, but
I know.
You continue to read your book for an hour.
Oh.
The rest of the group,
you thought he was going to read you a whole book?
For an hour.
Oh, it just my
3
check
hours.
was no. It just means my check was low and I didn't learn anything exciting. So
the whole
I didn't say that
hour
at all.
of stream is.
Well, you gotta read it. You gotta read it.
It's just Dave reading Moby Dick.
Yeah.
The rest of the group, you continue onward down the market, back to the Silver Pony, where entering into the shop, you see Bobicus standing behind his counter, getting everything ready as well for the day. Looking up, he takes notice of you as you enter. Aye, you've come back then. Did you bring me my wheat?
You surprised
Sure
to see
did.
us at all, Bobicus?
Surprised? Why would I be surprised?
How much did you know about where the wheat was, I guess, growing?
Well, I was in a cavern, as I told you. It's pretty much all I knew about it.
Insight check.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Let's get through this. 5. I'm good at those.
So nothing about the monster and like the undead that our group had to deal with then. That would be news to you?
This is news to me.
Well,
Listen, I hired you for a reason.
what's the
To take on this.
reason?
Well, being adventurers that you are, I thought I'd pay well to go in and take care of any issues that you might have in gathering the wheat. Sounds like you did.
So you did or did not know that we were going to encounter issues? Because we did specifically ask, and we were caught a little bit unawares.
I hate to say it, but strangely, it makes a good point.
I mean,
We're just trying to
Really?
make sure you didn't set us up, man. That's what we're trying to establish, is whether you knew or not.
How would it benefit me to set you up? If you died in that cave, I wouldn't have my wheat, would I?
Well, it would explain why you paid us so much, or are going to hopefully pay us so much.
We agreed upon a price, and I plan on honoring that. So, you never answered. Did you get me my reaper wheat?
sure did.
We got it.
It smells lovely.
This is a good day. A good day. Well, can I see it?
Yeah, who has it?
Alcor.
That's in
Oh,
the
I
back.
remember that after the fact.
I'm pretty sure
Damn it.
our very own Alara has it.
Yep. She
Yeah,
We'll
does.
say
Either
for the
way.
sake of the narrative that you guys were smart enough to ask for it before you left.
Thank
For
you
the
for
sake of
that.
the narrative.
So we're
thus
just
our intelligence
carrying in
apart.
all of this wheat
No, it's in the
because
bag of
it's-
holding.
But
Yeah, the bag of
Right.
whose bag of holding do we have?
Not mine.
Alara's.
Alaris.
Yeah.
We have a
Oh,
Lara's
it's
bag
brand
of
new.
holding.
It's brand new.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
new
We
one.
There's nothing
Alright.
cool in there yet.
All right. I thought we had
Not one
Alcors.
Alcor.
I got
come on,
so
you guys, so
excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't know about the other one.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Good thing we remembered to ask Alara for this, right?
Oh, I know.
So Trix has it.
Sure.
Has it.
Yeah.
Sure, she's the one who was
It's
very
exactly
confident
this.
that we had it.
Okay.
Let's see the money.
All right, here it is. What do you think?
me the money.
He opens up the bag and peers in. Oh yeah, this'll do fine. This'll do fine. Ha! I can finally make it up there.
Where?
Well, of course, you wanted your gold. One moment. He goes underneath the counter for a brief second, pulling out a relatively large box. Sticking a key inside, he opens it up and pulls out a large satchel. Probably that would fit just over top of your hand, and handing it over to you all. Feel free to count it. 1,000 gold, as we agreed.
All right.
Great. Are you going to unload that bag? Because we do need to get it back to our friend.
Oh, right. Yeah, just give me 1 second. He goes behind the counter to a separate room at the back and begins to kind of take out all of the 50 pounds of the Reaper wheat. Takes him a few minutes to get it all unloaded, but he comes back probably about 3 or 4 minutes later, putting the bag of holding back down on the desk.
I'll grab
Well,
it and
fair is fair.
smell it. I wonder if it smells bad.
Go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
Okay.
Question mark?
3.
Luckily for you, my
guys.
Warforged friend, you are unable to smell anything. It smells great to you.
Wonderful. Alara will be glad to get this back.
Hey, Bob.
Very
Where?
When you said I this should get me up there, what did you mean?
Well, I mean the higher region of Trellis, of course.
Oh, like to the bigger part of the city, more rich part of
How
the
much
city,
do
right?
you know? How much do y'all know about Trellis?
Not enough.
We're learning.
Run by gold barons of some kind, or merchant barons rather.
What's
As
in
you say
taverns
the
now?
name, Merchant Baron, he actually physically spits on the floor. The bastards.
Ooh,
You see-
I like this guy.
Trellis is broken up into 2 sections in terms of lifestyle, if you will. There's the poor folk down here in the lower districts, and then the more well-off in the upper area. The merchant barons are the individuals who run every aspect of this town like they own the damn place. I mean, they do own the damn place, but that's besides the
say.
point. They make the rules, they make the laws. They are the individuals who take care of everything around here at a shite way, if you ask me.
What do you make of these kidnappings? Well, the kidnapping.
You're talking about the young lionhead?
Mm-hmm.
Well, his father, No, I'll say it. They deserve everything that's coming to them.
Wow. Those are some harsh words.
What do you plan to do with this business you are planning on starting with making the beer or whatever you said you were going to make with this wheat? Are you going to do that here, or are you going to leave and start somewhere else?
No. We'll start here, sell it to a couple of the taverns and the inns that are around here. Surely get my name out there. Hopefully one day I'll get invited to one of the higher up guilds. That's where the real money is. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually meet the Baron of the Baron of Trade himself.
Who's the Baron of Trade? Do you know his name?
Oh, it's, of course, William Lionhead.
Oh, it's Lionhead himself. I thought you didn't like the guy.
Well, it's one thing not to like someone. It's another thing to work with someone. It's for the betterment of yourself and your kin.
I'm curious why you don't like him.
He puts tariffs on where you can sell your goods. You're not allowed to open up a shop or anything along those lines in the upper realms.
Got it.
And
Okay.
on top of it all, they tax us. We've built, the lower people are the hard laborers and the merchants of the lower districts. We've built this town. We've built the entire city on our backs and sweat. And of course, we get taxed of it. 50% of all of our earnings.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Robbery.
Aye, I agree.
I have one more question about this wheat. So you said it makes you're able to remember what's lost without the pain or discomfort, right?
Aye.
Say you want to remember something that you don't know for sure is lost.
All right.
Would you still, basically I'm asking, would this wheat be able to tell you whether or not something is lost or not?
Well, it works mostly on the memories, mostly fond memories, but I'd say if you drink enough, then sure, why not? Perhaps it could bring back some memories.
I'm trying to figure out if the person I'm remembering is lost forever, like dead, or just lost to me. Like
Not,
out there somewhere.
Well, I mean, it doesn't work miracles. It's not a divination spell or anything along those lines, but it will help you remember things that might be too painful to remember.
I'd like to get some off of you, if that's okay.
Well, as soon as I have it ready, you come on back. Take about half a fortnight.
Okay, I'll be back.
Aye. You and I will drink together, my friend. First batch.
Cheers to that.
I hope your business is very prosperous.
Me too.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. And hey, we'll cheers to the destruction of those damn barons.
Absolutely.
Aye, aye.
I also hope you can find something to combat the smell, or else no one's going to drink it.
Well, it doesn't smell as bad as when you actually brew it.
It's good.
Hold that up.
It's like
Of
garlic.
course, free samples for all of you when you come back.
All right.
Awesome. We'll see you in half a fortnight, Bobicus.
Aye, to half a fortnight then, little one. Speaking of the little one, did you have that the last time that I was here? He points over at the baby in Pavo's arms.
Nope. He's a new acquiree.
In acquiry, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of an accident.
Wasn't planned.
Aren't they all, my friend? Aren't they all?
Oh my god.
That's right. Well, time to go, guys.
Yep. I agree.
Good seeing you as always, Bobicus.
We'll see you shortly, my friends. You all leave the Silver Pony with 1,000 gold in hand. You guys can divvy it up as you see fit, but I'll assume that he did return the bag of holding back to Trix as you guys make your way back through the marketplace towards Trader Joe's.
As we're walking, I'm just going to explain that it's probably better that people ask as few questions about this baby as possible. We might find ourselves in a weird situation.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should probably have some kind of story for that. Bless you.
How
It's the
do
bird
we
dander, sorry.
Explain a baby.
Allard.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of us.
No, that's the problem. So we just avoid the question at all costs.
Who does it look
Okay.
closest to?
It'd be adopted.
Well, all the ears shiny.
Yeah.
I'll believe that.
Yeah, I don't
Make
want to
your
draw
way-
that much attention to this child as much as possible. In fact, anybody have like a spare cloak or something like that? We can just kind of wrap him up and cover him up so he's not as visible.
You can use
I don't
one
have
of
a
my
spare one, but you
bathrobes.
can use mine.
I'm sorry? Your bathrobe?
You can use one of my bathrobes.
All right. I appreciate that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give him
Those are
the
fancy.
blue one that I took from the guy at the bathhouse.
Take the bathhouse one.
Of course you are.
You can have the bathhouse one.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of wrap up the baby. So I mean, you can tell that I'm still carrying a baby, but you won't be able to physically see him.
Yeah, no, it looks more like a loaf of bread. A very
Yeah,
large
something
loaf of bread.
Carry him around like a football.
We gotta shield Edward from the sunlight.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before meeting up with your good friends that are in Trade Stars right now? Sorry.
While we're waiting, I just wanted to ask Ollie to use identify on the chisel.
Okay. I will do that for you, little one.
Little.
Just imitating our dwarfin.
So just so I know, you're gonna cast identify in the middle of the market.
Is
Well,
that
now,
bad?
now if you say it that way.
I'm just asking the question.
I think we should do it. See what happens, because we were gonna do it anyway.
I mean, my assumption is we're waiting outside the store.
Because it was a
Okay.
whole hour for Alara and Elcor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's virtually just him holding it and studying it.
Yeah.
In a way, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't draw that much attention,
I mean, I guess
Would
we're
it?
about to find out.
especially if we're standing around him.
I don't like his tone.
All right, so you begin casting identify on the two chiseled daggers.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration.
Oh, he really wants to make us pay for this.
I'm just keeping a passive eye out,
I
watching.
feel like after he
walking
said
by.
that, the chat would want me to continue identifying it.
I agree. I think
This
they
is
want
for
it
the
to
chat.
happen.
So, back inside Trader Rick's,
Oh,
Alara,
Oh my god.
you've continued for about an hour now in terms of reading through the strange manuscript that seemingly came from your mentor. Trader Rick wasn't wrong in terms of telling you that it seemed to be the scribblings of a madman. As anyone without any knowledge of Racilian would have no idea what this actually is. However, being his underling and studying, you know exactly how his spells and experimentation work. You found the spell book of your mentor. And with it, quite a number of experimental spells that you've never heard of or even dreamed of, specifically when it comes to time magic.
Oh my God, Alcor. It's his book. It's his book.
Well, I thought we established this when we saw the initials in the cover. What is it about?
Yeah, but well, it's all of his spells. I've never seen them before. But I here, look. Can you understand this? Didn't think so. Just kidding.
Okay.
How crazy is that? So
what
now,
what do you want to do about it?
well, I want to steal it, but I know we shouldn't. I know we shouldn't. I can remember it. So I guess I can just, as long as I write it all down within 30 days of this moment, I'll be fine. And maybe this guy will let me come back. What information am I going to get this guy? Because I said that I would translate it for him. I can't give him these spells. I can't give him time spells.
Nope, it's better not.
No. What am I going to tell him?
It's just a journal from a crazy man. Just make up a story.
Okay. It's kind of sad. I don't want to call Racilian a crazy person or a mad person. He wasn't that. But I guess it's to to keep everyone safe, really. So,
Or you can tell him it was from a very intelligent person, and there is no way he will ever understand it. That way, you're sure that he's going to ask somebody to translate it for him.
yeah, but then he's gonna think that I'm dumb.
Okay, do you want to hide what the book is, or do you want to look smart doing it?
Both. Both. Why can't I have both?
Well, I'm pretty sure you can.
How?
Do your magic. I don't know. Become friends.
Oh, I'm allowed to become friends with him now?
I wouldn't, but hey, it's your book. Hey. I mean, you never know. You have to give him something about it. You don't have. You can tell him you just read 5 pages and it's complicated enough. But
That's true. I
he
could do,
doesn't
like,
know.
half of it.
He doesn't know you remember everything you've seen for like ever.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
So just be casual.
I'm so good at that.
Yeah,
This
I know.
is a great plan. This is a great plan. I love
know.
it. Okay, just don't tell him about the spells. Don't say anything about spells.
I won't say anything.
Okay. Okay.
So
Do you
where
want to
did
read?
go?
Do you want to try read the book?
Can try to read the first page, but I don't know if it's going to make any sense to me.
I just thought I'd offer. Okay. Well, I guess yeah, we can go then. I really want to take it, but we shouldn't. It's fine. He can't read it anyways, so it'll be safe here. So it'll be fine. Okay.
We can always come back.
Right.
If we don't die.
We're not gonna die.
Well, it was a close call last time, so I just wanted to put that out there.
I know. That was really. I slept horribly last night. That was not okay.
Roll a deception check, please.
What? Are you saying that I
slept
slept well?
You slept amazingly last night.
You liar.
Best sleep you've had in months.
Okay. You're joking, right? You're not going to.
Yes, I am 100% joking.
Okay.
I was like, my passive perception is 15.
Yeah. So let's try not. Let's try not dying. How about that?
Yeah. See, it's on top of my list actually.
Okay. Mine too. Okay. Well, I guess we have to knock to leave.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I don't know.
Do
Are
you want to give the book a last hug before we go?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
I
thought so.
I'll just go in new book smell. I'll just breathe in old book smell. That's good too.
As she's
All right.
holding it, just turns into dust.
As you smell in the dust-riddle and dirty pages of a century-old book, you put it back down on the desk before going and knocking on the door. A few moments later, Rick comes back. So you finished?
Yep, almost. Not the whole thing, but most of it.
All right, and pray tell, what did you find out?
Well, crazy things. This person that was writing in this book, I thought I knew this person, but clearly I don't, because they were just going on about all these things that they really liked, all their favorite foods, all their favorite animals, what their favorite colors were. And they just, I don't know, it didn't make any sense at all. They talked a lot about magic in general, but I'm a wizard, and I was looking at some of the stuff that they are writing down, and there was really nothing worth using there. It was just scribbles and basically spells that wouldn't work.
Well, I've read the book from cover to cover. It is written in common. I didn't see anything in there in terms of favorite animals or colors. Laura, go ahead and give me a deception check with disadvantage.
It's written in common.
This time's
I
not
didn't know it was written in common either.
I didn't know it was written in common.
Usually
Jesus
magic
Christ.
books aren't, but
Oh, wow. Okay. At disadvantage? Oh, boy.
See, the thing is, I don't actually know how to read. I was pretending the whole time. I didn't want you to know.
Oh, God.
There is no picture in that book.
Exactly.
It's a 4. It's a 4.
He blocks the doorway, crossing his arms. Uh-huh. And what aren't you telling me?
Okay, fine. There might be some cool stuff in the book. So, wait, actually, I have a question before I continue to lie out of game.
Yeah, get all the information you need first
Okay.
before you start lying.
So, I was under the assumption that if a regular person looked at this book, it would look like scribbles. That's not the case. It looks like somebody could read what it says.
He said specifically it's the writings of a madman, and you can't make sense of what he was actually saying in it.
My guess
So it's
is
not- it's not just
words, but
markings.
The sentences are like weird.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so okay, I think I may have figured out like a code. You know where people like leave codes in the words and like you match like the first word of like each page? Have you ever heard of that where you leave like a secret code in the book?
Sure.
Like
yeah.
every
no,
eight words there's a word and you circle it
Right,
and then you look for
right.
like, you know, different lines underneath it and you look for symbols. I think that's what the book is, but an hour is not long enough for me to crack the code. So I might need to come back.
His demeanor starts to change from less of aggressive stance. He kind of looks over his shoulder. So you're telling me there's a secret code in this book?
Maybe, potentially. I think so.
Any idea what it's for or what it's about?
Nope, because I didn't complete enough schooling.
Darn it.
Well, if I gave you more time with it, would you be able to decipher this code? I mean, we could be
Probably.
sitting on a gold farm.
I don't think that we should sell it yet, because what if it actually gives us something better than money?
No. I'm not saying sell it. I'm saying figure out the code and see if it leads to somewhere that makes us money.
That too. That's an option that needs time to be developed. So yeah, I would need to come
Of course,
back
yeah.
and
No, I think it's a fair trade. You give her access to the book, and she helps you translate it for you.
Well, I'm not going to let her take the book.
No, she's not taking it. She would come back over here.
So you come back here, you read the book again, and you figure out the code.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk splits then, because it is my book. So what kind of split are you looking for?
But she's
90-10.
She's deciphering the code, so
Yeah. you
90-10?
get 10. Me 90, you 10.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Listen, I'm the one who's going to have to expedite it. It's, I'm going to have to hire people for it, and who knows how long it's going to take us to actually find whatever the treasure is.
Hire people. No. We can't bring any more people into this. Just us people.
Tell you what, I'll do a 70-30 split to you.
Okay. That sounds good.
Such a great
I
haggler.
see my negotiation skills are still up to par. All right, so 70 me, 30 you.
Yeah.
Done.
You mean like
Well-
gold? Gold that comes
Yeah,
out
of course.
of it, right?
Gold. Yeah, gold, of course.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That seems fair.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so you just come back wherever you need to. I'll give you
Okay.
access to the book as long as you want. You're gonna stay in the room, but we'll work it out. We'll figure it out, and we'll make ourselves millions.
You know, there are things that are better than money in the world. You know that, right?
Nope.
So sad.
Like to a
Well-
guy who owns a pawn shop, man.
Maybe one day over the course of our, business relationship that we're developing, maybe I can show you that there are better things to life than money.
Nope.
Broaden your horizons. No. Okay.
Okay. Are we
Okay.
done here now then?
Yeah,
Miss
you're not going to sell the
Huggy
book
Feely?
though, right?
No, of course
I
not.
didn't
Now
even
that
try
I'm
and
sitting
hug
on
you.
this. Listen. Well,
You want a
seem
hug?
like-
I'll give you a hug.
No. You seem like the type. And he physically starts to push you back as you stretch
Okay.
outward towards him. No, it's fine. It's fine. Tell you what, you come back here whenever you want. You can have access
Okay.
to the book as long as you want. You wear the gloves and you
Right?
stay in the room, and we'll figure this thing out. We'll make millions. We'll be up in the high district in no time.
Yep. That sounds exactly like what's going to happen.
All right, well, I got a shop to run, so get out.
Okay. Well, just don't let anyone else read the book.
I'm not going to let anybody else touch the book.
Okay. I don't know. You let me.
Okay, we're done here. You can go.
Okay. Thank you. You're amazing.
Yeah. Don't interrupt my customers while you're out there.
Oh, okay. That ended quickly. All right.
Wow, that was so casual. Amazing.
What am I going to do? I wait till I leave. I wait till I go outside to say that.
Walking outside, you all of a sudden find your companion standing outside waiting for you.
Hey guys, how's it going? And I run up to Eli and give him a big hug.
Eli will be a little bit surprised, but hug her back. So I guess it went well with the book.
Oh my gosh, it went so well. It's definitely my mentor's. It's a super powerful book.
Hey,
It's a
Lara,
little-
not here.
What?
Not in the street. Not in
Guys.
front of the shop.
Guys, I'm trying to focus here. I'm identifying these things for Eli.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it later.
That all sounds
Sure.
lovely. We got paid, so
Hey,
suppose
that's
it's about
great.
time we divvy that up.
Oh yeah. Everyone gets 142 gold, and I calculated it.
It was that 8
Oh.
silver. Or
You're
copper?
assuming that we're
Copper,
splitting
copper.
this evenly?
Yes.
142
Just
gold,
kidding.
8
I'm totally
silver,
joking.
and 6 copper.
6 copper.
142 gold,
8 silver, 6 copper.
8 silver, 6 copper.
I'm so happy that we're doing all our business in front of the pawn shop.
Yeah.
It seems like the perfect place.
Yeah.
Well, let's not split it up here. We can split it up later, no?
Too late.
Oh,
Too late.
okay.
It's in my inventory.
All right.
There's a group of us, it takes somebody really stupid to attack right now in broad daylight.
Uh-huh.
Why would you say
Don't
I
tempt
that?
the
agree.
universe.
Why would you
100%
say that,
agree.
Pavo?
Because that never happened before.
Exactly.
There's no
All
stupid
right.
people in Trellis.
So next
I didn't
order
say
of
that.
business then.
Hawkins Institute.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right,
aren't we-
because we
aren't
have a
we?
baby that we continually neglect finding out more about.
It's just
We're not neglecting,
bread.
we just haven't had the opportunity yet.
You don't bundle bread like that. Never mind. Carrying around bread in the bathrobe, man.
I see
It's
you
like a
dressed up the
Big
baby.
Lebowski all over again.
Yes,
The
figured
baby's
it would be
looking quite fashionable, I might say.
a nice little robe.
It looks like a Lucy robe.
It's the one he stole.
Oh.
Extorted.
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
more like
it does look better on him.
Oh.
Plus, we
Wow.
never
Those
put any
dreams.
clothes on him, so this will help keep him warm and dressed a little bit until we figure out what else to do with it.
Hey, do you know where the Hawkins Institute is?
I know where North is.
That's
Oh,
great.
okay. Do we know
Universe?
if the Hawkins Institute is north, east, south, or west?
Let me go into my mind palace.
Yeah, going into your mind palace. You remember specifically Sangorn telling you that it was up in the city civic center of the city. From what you've gathered, it's just across the way, not too farther east from the Divine District, which you've been to many times.
Okay.
Oh,
Do we,
shall we go?
I know we don't have much of a choice, but does anyone know anything about this Hawkins Institute place?
No, just that it's a place that we can find information out. That's what we were told.
I mean, Sangorn kind of recommended it, so I feel like it's on the safe side.
He also
getting
recommended
okay
that you
vibes.
eat some mushrooms that made you sing all day.
Yeah, and that worked.
Did it?
But in all
Hey.
fairness, although that was a little weird, no harm, no foul. It was.
Mm-hmm. They made me feel
He
great.
seemed like a very peaceful person.
Yeah, he
As
is.
I said, we don't have much of a choice anyway. It's just a small concern of mine.
I think we'll be fine.
I think so too.
We go in, ask a few questions, feel them out, see how they react to our questions. You know, don't give everything up front.
Just
And
keep
then-
an eye out.
Based on how they react, we can divulge more information to see where it leads.
And specifically when we're there, we want to talk to Birdie, was the name he gave us.
Birdie?
Miss
That's
Bertha.
interesting.
Miss Bertha? Was
Miss
it?
Bertha, I think.
Professor
Miss
Winger.
Bertha.
Yeah.
Professor
Winger.
Winger, yes.
Close
Right.
enough.
Yeah, Birdie, Professor Winger. Easy mistake.
As
Everybody
you
hydrate.
as you all continue, you suddenly feel a bit parched from speaking so much, and just need a little bit of hydration.
Oh, great.
Yeah, mate.
I'll give Eli her weapons back.
Yeah, what happened with
thoroughly,
Yeah.
having thoroughly investigated the strange weapons that were handed over to you, you prayed to Gimble for a short period of time before the answer finally came to you. These twin blades were forged in the fires of the gods together and have an inherent kinship like that of twin siblings. And like twin siblings, they are rarely seen apart. Whenever you throw them, you have the option to connect them, whether it be through teleportation or whether it be calling the dagger back to you. You also discovered that these weapons seem dormant and at some point will need to be awakened.
I'll pass on that message to Eli. I don't think these are at full power, in a way of speaking.
Huh. Well, that sounds pretty cool.
Based
We'll have
on
to
what
test them out.
Ollie read, they're only a third powered right now.
Wow. That's cool though, guys. Think of what I can do. I could like toss a dagger up on a ledge and like, whooshoo!
That's
Bro.
awesome.
I know, right?
Provided you have a good throwing arm, that sounds amazing.
I have a great throwing arm.
I could
You
tell.
want to see? And I'll hold up the chisel.
Yep, that's fine.
Guys, maybe there's more to these weapons than we thought, before giving them away or, selling them. Maybe I should identify the spear as well. It might not be at full power.
Probably.
Can you do that while we're walking?
Yeah.
If he wants to spend a spell slot, for sure, but if he wants to use a ritual, then it's going to take about 10 minutes.
That's fair.
I'll just use a spell slot.
All right, then I will hand you the...
It's only
I mean,
first
we
level.
can, Ollie, we can wait here. You already did one anyways. That's
I'll hand
fine.
you this. I'll hand Ollie the spear.
Why are you always trying to tell Ollie what to do, guys?
We're not.
His
I'm
own
not
man.
trying to tell. I'm literally giving him the other option.
Why are you stirring the pot, Lucy?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
While he's doing this, I'm just gonna like pull out some of my bacon and just.
Alright. Trix, can I have some?
No.
Damn.
Cold
Hard
blooded.
pass.
Oh,
There was
tempted
no
to give you
hesitation.
inspiration myself on that one. Ollie, as you
So mean.
as you walk, focusing on the spear that you had received back on Survivor's Island, you once again reach out to Gibble to try and get a sense of what innate powers it might hold within it. Closing your eyes for just a brief moment, you feel a radiance of holy energy splash over you. Surprising based on the description of the grave digger's spade. You find that this strange weapon has very adverse effects against any kind of undead or fiend or devil, giving your ability to attack and cause massive damage to those type of creatures. You also realize that it is only third of a way and remains dormant.
Pass on the message to the group, and as I'm handing it back to Pavel, I'll be like, Lucy, it's yours to do with, but given that information, you might reconsider just keeping it.
Me keep it?
Yeah, you gave it to Pavel just to hold for until you decide what to do with it, right?
I mean, I still have to swing the thing, right?
And it's something I can definitely use properly.
Yeah, doesn't Pavel like have a staff just like that? He just goes wham, bam, bam every time we're in battle. Now he can use that thingy. And doesn't he have like darts? Now he can just throw that instead of darts.
Yeah, but then I have to go back and get it.
You have to go back and get your darts too.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, Pavel can use it. I mean, I'm just saying because I gave it to Lucy because he wanted it so bad. Do you?
And I
mean, I don't want-
appreciated that. Don't get me wrong. But
I don't want it back because I can't use it. But do you not want into the Thieves Guild anymore?
I loaned it to Pavo, and I'm here for the ride as of this moment.
No, you love us.
Shut your mouth.
Well, I will make sure to put it to very good use.
Glad to hear it.
Here for the ride as of this moment.
Till something better
Wow.
comes along.
Super committed.
Yeah.
Guys, he's just too shy to say that he actually really likes us.
Let's go with that.
Man, it's taken us a minute to get to this Hawkins Institute.
Continuing onwards, you make your way past the Divine District, this time hanging a left instead of a right towards what you know as the Divine District. Eventually, you make your way to a tall building that seems to be partitioned into 3 separate sections. The first seems to be a typical cobblestone exterior with a single grand entrance that sits directly on the pathway that leads up to it. Around it, there seems to be built-out alcoves and archways that seem to have various writings and plaques that seem to be centered in the middle of the alcove. The second floor seems to be a little bit larger than the first and seems to be made out of a smooth sandstone where windows seem to wrap around the entire building. Strange and ornate columns of the same sandstone reach up from or section off each one of them, sitting on either side of each window. The third floor seems... you can only really see the half wall that sections it off, a finely carved stone half wall that rings around the rim of the building itself, seemingly indicating that there might be some type of rooftop patio sitting directly above. High above all of it, you see a bit of a almost a slight doming of the roof itself, with what looks to be a small gazebo that stands on top. Right at the crown of the dome, you see a massive statue, possibly made out of the same sandstone, of an eagle that seems to be stretching its wings outward.
Oofda.
Big bird.
Looks like we made it.
This must be the place. That looks like a bird, and I'm assuming the Hawkins Institute is about birds.
Or hawks.
Biggest bird. No.
Hawks are not birds?
Well, maybe
Hawks are birds.
specifically hawks. Maybe they only study hawks here.
Well, that
Let's
won't
go
really
ask
help us
them.
with all the other information we need.
It won't at all.
Well, it's only one way we're going to find out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe stick with the baby in the back until we get to ask a couple questions. Make sure these people are up to snuff.
That's
Are you protecting the baby, Lucy?
Maybe he assumes.
Oh, I'm protecting
Yes.
us. I mean, what if we come in with the baby and...
well, they can't
Nice.
see the baby.
No.
He's completely covered right now, so we should be fine for right now. But yes, I agree. I'll
Okay.
move back a little bit.
The loaf of bread, that's our go-to.
Then,
All
I'm,
right.
then I'm bouncing.
I start heading inside.
Bouncing my loaf of bread.
Walking inside, you see a similar circular room as what the overall architecture of the building looks like. Beautiful, shined, and smooth black marble seems to coat the floor. Directly in the center of the room, you see a massive globe seemingly made out of multiple metal rings that spin around itself, and a bit of a purplish, pinkish hue light that emanates directly in the center of it. Along the walls, there seems to be many corridors that you can walk down, and quite a few individuals, all wearing the same, what looks to be academia robes of a bright blue that seem to be scattering about amongst the others.
I'll try to wave one down. Just one of the passerbys in there. Excuse me.
As
So
you,
academic in this blue.
yes. He an individual looks up, looks to be kind of in his probably mid to late 20s. Very well groomed hair that kind of flows back. Seems to be holding a book in his hand, which he was reading before looking up towards you. Yes. What can I help you with?
We're looking for a... And I just point to Alara because I've totally forgotten. Lucy's totally forgotten the name, and so have I.
No, I want to say Birdie now. Winger!
Yeah, you do.
Miss Winger! Miss Winger, we're looking for Miss Winger.
Impeccable.
Oh, by the way,
Nice.
I'm Alara. Very nice to meet you. And I'll curtsy.
Of course, yes. Headmaster Wingers, if you follow the spiral staircase upward. Now pointing out, you see that there seems to be a spiral staircase that runs the exterior of the, around the exterior of the building, or interior of the building.
I love spiral staircases. They're so cool.
Is there
Lovely.
a
Thank
mezzanine,
you very
like a
much.
ledge where I could just go straight up and land on top?
There is a bit of a balcony kind of setting that sits a little bit outwards that you could easily fly up and perch onto.
Sure, I'll do that. Easy.
Why? Why would you do that?
Way to lay low. Good job.
As you fly
Naturally
upwards
not
with your
low.
bread baby in hand, a few people notice you, kind of look at you strangely, but more cockeyed than anything else. You land directly on the terrace as the rest of your companions begin to make their way up the staircase towards the second floor.
I'll just stand there
Finally-
and wait for them.
Finally making your way to the upper floor, you see on the direct opposite side of the chamber a very large set of doors, seemingly different than any of the other doors that spread out throughout the hallway.
So I walk past Pavo, I say, show off.
And with that comment, the universe looks down upon you, proud of your sassiness and your continued commitment to shenanigans. The gods are pleased, Trix, and you have been awarded inspiration from our good friends across the streams.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna nudge Eli and say, "Hey, go poke your head inside there.
My head inside where? Inside the doors?
Big doors."
Is it open?
I assumed not.
Go poke your head inside there. I don't want to get in trouble.
You're much
You
sneakier
actually
than I am.
like somebody.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm
Why don't we
wearing
just
vibrant
knock?
green.
Get
Just
Pablo
not.
to
Well,
do
what if
it.
they're taking a test or something? This looks like a school. I don't know what's going on.
Really? It's a door. Knock.
Guys,
Yeah,
I could
knock on
go.
the
I'll
door.
just open it. I'll
There
just
you go.
open it.
No. Knock politely. Because if you just open it and disrupt them, they might be pissed.
Or they might see our beautiful faces and be thankful that
I'm
we
just
came
gonna
Too
go
much
here.
bang on the
positivity.
door.
I was
There we
about to say,
go.
this is Trix's cue.
Trix walking past everyone as she sees that this is the most useless argument she's ever heard in her entire life, begins pounding on the wooden doors. You hear a voice ring out from the opposite side. Yes, come in. What is it?
All right, I open the door and walk in.
I follow.
I'm going in.
I'll go
Yeah.
in.
You all pile into the room as you see a feathered woman, an Aarakocra that stands very similar to Pavo. She's
My
got
wings
a
flap up really quick. Oops, sorry. Never happened before. Never had that.
Jesus
before.
Christ.
Right away.
Sorry.
Can't even let me finish the description. God. Love my group. Love my players. Love my players. She has a very circular head with large eyes and a small beak. Her feathers seem to be a bit faded with age, some appearing to have turned a bit gray. She wears a similar robe as what you saw on the lower floor, but this is a thick navy blue magistrate's robe with white piping around the trim. She seems to be staring down at a book. Lifting up to address you, her face, she freezes for a brief moment, dropping the book directly on the desk. Her eyes lock intently with Eli's.
Anyone else see that coming?
They're coming. There's so many
Eli.
twists and turns.
Does Eli obviously notices.
Oh yeah.
Eli's
She
gonna
begins
look.
to walk around
Oh.
the side of the desk. Her eyes
Eli's
begin
gonna
to
look at
well up
Pavo.
in tears. Her eyes begin to well up in tears as she grasps onto her chest. Eli? Is that really you?
What is happening?
Okay.
Eli's part bird.
Eli is gonna kind of balk at her, shocked, and he's gonna look at
choice of
Pablo
words.
as the only other bird
no
in the
kidding.
room.
Her eyes do not leave you in any way, shape, or form.
You guys know each other? This is so nice. It's a reunion.
Who
Have
are
you can lower your wings.
How do you know who I am?
Sorry, my bad.
Is your name Eli?
Yeah, who's asking? Well, I know
She-
who it is, but how do you know?
She immediately drops to her knees and grabs you into a hug as her eyes begin to well up and tears flow down from her face.
Ilara is such a cue
Is
for you
this
to
your
go.
mom?
I hold her out her back so she doesn't go into the hug.
Eli is not liking this because he's wondering why she's upset. That's making him very nervous.
She pulls back for a brief moment, still within it, and touches your face. You look just like Dolly.
How do you know my mom?
Oh.
And all those questions will be answered right after our break.
I think we had an
Thought
acrobatics
your
check
mom
in
was
there
a chicken.
too.
Well, this is a perfect time for our acrobatics check, and to all of you out there, thank you so much for all of the support. I'm sorry if I was a little too focused on the game for the hype trains and all of those crazy things that actually happened, as well as all the subs, Cherry Bombette, Infamous Bob, Dread Pirates, Cherry Bombette again, Mystic Brobot, Gary Gypsy Fish. You guys are all fucking amazing. Thank you so much for all of your support. As always, we do take questions on our break time. So if you have any questions about the game, the players, or anything that you've seen thus far, go ahead and throw that down into chat. And make sure that you have your GaryCon submissions in there. Remember, keyword is GaryCon for your chance to win at the tickets. Someone might have screwed up at the beginning of this and forgot to actually put that down as the keyword in our little module thingy bobber. So if you have already typed in GaryCon, go ahead and type it again, because I'm the worst when it comes to technology, apparently. And we will be giving those away as soon as we come back from our break. But stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and we are going to get some refreshments. Go get your apple juices, your coffees, your grape juices, Eli, or anything else that you would like. And we will be back shortly, probably in about 5-10 minutes or so. Again, GaryCon in the chat, and you can win tickets. We'll see you shortly, guys. And welcome back, everyone. See, this is the problem. Okay, I'm gonna go behind the scenes a little bit here, guys.
I don't
okay?
even know why
this
she's
is what
laughing.
happens.
She just made me laugh.
I turn around and I shut off them so I can hear them through my software, and every single time they're laughing at me every time. I know it.
I don't even know what I'm laughing at.
He did a countdown this time, and then he said 3, 2, 1, and then me and Pavo did news reporters are like, go, like when they have the camera.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what
But
happened.
we both did
I'm sure
it at the
that's
same
exactly
time.
what happened. All right, we got tons of questions that we're gonna go through, but first we're gonna do our giveaway. So if I can get a little bit of a drum roll, please. The first individual to be receiving a ticket of GaryCon is our wonderful and supportive Mystic Brobot. Congratulations to Mystic Brobots.
Yeah.
You are the first to receive the tickets for GaryCon. And we'll go ahead and do one more drum roll. And the big and final winner is Cross to Streams. Congratulations. You have also gone ahead and won a ticket. Congratulations. I will be messaging you both offline to get your information, which I'll be passing over to GaryCon to... Excuse me.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
make sure to get you the tickets. So with that said, we do have quite a few questions in chat tonight. So from our very own, actually from our very new Arctic Nerd 69, does this campaign use 5e rules? Yes, it does. We are using 5e rules, but we do have a few homebrew rules in there that I've included. A lot of it is mostly things to do within the overall campaign, things like taming an animal, how to actually utilize it to become a useful member of the party, as well as things like how to learn additional languages, proficiencies, everything along those lines. A few questions centered around the summoning of an NPC. Yes, we have that set to 1 NPC per night, just to make it a little bit easier on myself for the entire thing. And I did recognize that Sir Hawk did redeem his points tonight, so you will be seeing that shortly, Sir Hawk. Arctic Nerd asks again, does the DM allow summon woodland creatures? The DM allows everything. I'm just a simple universe trying to live his simple world that he lives in. So we absolutely allow any kind of summoning, strange things, and I do believe that based on our community challenge that we met last stream, there will be a summoning tonight, which we will be seeing shortly. How many shenanigans are we allowed? Once again, asked by an Arctic Nerd. All of them. We allow all the shenanigans. I would highly recommend going out and checking out our Discord, and you can just see how many shenanigans that we allow. You can ask as many questions as you like, my friend. Crosser Streams asks, Trix, any thoughts to modifications of one or both of your hooves? Perhaps a small blade into one, since your party seems to be getting caught with their pants down a lot lately. He's not wrong.
Valid
He's
point.
not wrong.
Wow. Yeah. Good thinking. Yeah, I'll have to brew on that one.
I'm gonna have to put that down in your notebook.
Yeah.
During times of dialogue is casting aloud. It seems like a charismatic character like a wizard would be able to persuade. I'm not sure how charismatic wizards can be, but ours is immensely charismatic and would definitely have the opportunity to cast anywhere, anytime as need be. Okay. And Sir Hawk asks, how to sell crystal babies? Well, first you go to a black market, probably in the Philippines. No, I'm totally kidding. That's not how you sell crystal babies at all. All right. With that said, let's hop back into tonight's episode. Ooh, good music timing. As Professor Winger, or Headmaster Winger, continues to kind of embrace you for a brief moment, you look directly into her eyes and see a sense of nostalgia and sadness all wrapped into one.
Eli's feeling a little panicked right now. I feel like he would just kind of be looking around, looking back and forth between her and the party, just kind of in shock. And then he would just ask her again, how do you know my mom?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I'm sure you wouldn't remember me at all. But we met a few times when you were just a tiny child. Your parents were pivotal members of the Hawkins Institute, specifically of our archaeology division, and very, very close friends of mine. They led many expeditions into the jungle searching for rare artifacts known as the keys. When they had you, they decided to no longer risk their lives and limbs, as they cherished you immensely. I was in shock when I heard that they had returned with a private contract searching for the legendary City of Gold.
They what? When did they return?
Oh, it's been quite a few years now.
When's the last
came
time you
back.
saw them?
Well, it's Has to have been close to 10 years now. They came back briefly for a time, looked into our archives a little bit more about the legendary City of Gold, and then headed out, never to be seen again.
How did they seem when they returned? I haven't seen my parents since before they left. And I have no idea what happened to them.
You poor child. Please come sit, all of you. I'm sorry for not introducing myself. I'm Headmaster Winger. Of course, friends of Eli's. You can just call me Birdie. Looking around the room, you now notice the beautiful interior that is her office. At the opposite end of the room, there seems to be a very ornate wooden desk that sits on the opposite side. Directly in the center of the room seem to be two couches that have a very green and red designs within them. Supported directly in the center of the room seems to be a coffee table with a beautiful rug that sits underneath it. Again, very vibrant reds and oranges and hues of that kind, with somewhat of geometric shapes directly in the center of it, otherwise lined with beautiful bookshelves.
So you were a friend of my parents?
Yes, of course, very close. Could I offer any of you tea?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
please.
have some tea.
Okay.
Of course.
I'd love some. Yeah.
She walks over to a little bit of a fireplace that sits off to the side, hanging a kettle above it, and returning back to the couches. Well, of course, if there's anything you would like to know specifically, I'd be happy to give you any information that you might need.
Do you know who the private contractor was?
Unfortunately, no. They didn't give us that information. They were quite hush-hush about it. They seemed a little worried based on the contract. They said it was very secretive and that they wouldn't want me to be involved in any way.
Sorry,
It's okay, Eli. I know it's a lot to process. And I'll go and give Eli another hug.
Eli will just kind of like hold her hand on top of his shoulder. And then he'll kind of look around, because right now he's basically deciding how much he trusts everybody in the room.
You know you can trust me. I mean,
Eli's gonna say, I have reason to believe that they were forced, that they were taken from home by this contractor. And
Interesting.
I have some idea of who it is.
Who is it?
Well, if there's, they did seem a little off when they were telling me about it. It's rare for Bruno and Dolly to not tell me things. I did find that odd, so you might be right.
Well, can you tell me about this medallion? And then I'll kind of like gesture to Alcor to get him to show the medallion. I'm assuming Alcor is gonna know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I will go into my bag and bring it out.
Handing the pendant over to Birdie for a moment, she inspects it. Interesting. And how very strange. I haven't seen a pendant like this in many, many years. This pendant was meant to show membership inside of a secret society hidden from the public eyes of Trellis. Their goal was to defend the city against the return of a great evil known as the Lion's Savior. The writing on the back was their motto, which is now a dead language. It says, "The Defiant Grain," and she flips it over, pointing to the wording that's on the back of the medallion. She flips it over once again, and the symbol carved into the front is of a tipped-over hourglass. They believe that even a single person, no matter how big or small, can change the fates of tides of fate. But as far as I know, the group disappeared many years ago and have not been heard from since. But then again, a good secret society would never allow an outsider to know if there's an active roster or not.
My parents wore this medallion. I remember seeing it when I was a kid.
No,
I remember
your parents wouldn't be involved in something like that. They were part of the Hawkins Institute. We make sure that we don't get involved in these types of things.
I'm just telling you what I remember, and I feel like it might be connected to why they're missing now.
I'm not sure how to answer that, my dear. Your parents were pivotal members of the Hawkins Institute. They led up our entire archaeology division.
Yeah.
I think they knew
why they would be
something.
involved.
I think they knew something. That somebody
Perhaps.
else, information that somebody else wanted. And I think that they were taken against their will or coerced into coming here to uncover secrets. I don't know. I need to find them. Can you help me?
We looked for a very, very long time. I looked for a very long time. Of course, I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can, but their trail grew cold long ago.
They were headed to the City of Gold.
Yes, that's what they were researching.
And nobody knows where that is.
Well, the City of Gold, as far as I'm concerned, is a myth. No one has ever located it, and I doubt that they ever will. It's said that the city was made from an advanced civilization that utilized a mineral compound known as beryllium. A dark gold heavy metal that has innate ability to hold arcane energies over a long period of time. If you've ever seen one of the Presage's massive airships, the engines themselves are made of this metal. And the reason that they can levitate. As far as I know, Qatar is the only place in Bastia that you can find this metal. Hence why you'll likely run to Presage mines throughout the continent. But the City of Gold is said to be made of this beryllium entirely. No one's ever seen it.
The Presage family is looking for the City of Gold, obviously, because it sounds like they've used beryllium to their advantage.
Of course, they were the founders of alchemictricity, yes?
Do you have anything left of what my parents were working on? Any files, things that you use to try to trace them that you can give to me?
It will take a little bit of digging, but yes, I'm sure I can assist you there.
Yeah, because I'm not going to stop until I find them.
If there's anything I can do to bring Dolly and Bruno back, I would be the utmost pleasure to.
Well, you can keep this between us.
Of course, of course. I would respect you as much as I would respect your parents.
And then also between us, I think the Presage family has something to do with it.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
I think they were the contractor.
Perhaps. I cannot make any assessment, but I would say that That's an astute observation.
And Eli's just gonna kind of fall silent and go into his thoughts. He's thinking very wildly.
She reaches out and puts her hand on your knee and gives you a little bit of a smile. We'll find them together if they're still out there.
He'll nod and say thank you.
So, sort of off topic here, but do you know a whole lot about the local geology of the areas around here?
I do have quite a bit of knowledge. She kind of straightens herself up a little bit, trying to kind of move past the emotions that are clearly waving over her at this point.
And are you aware of a cavern that holds these
Crystals?
you guys have some, right? The little crystal shards?
Yeah.
Crystal
Someone show her.
shards?
I'll
Pull
pull
some
out the
out.
purple crystals that I got. So pretty,
She
right?
Takes them in her hands and looks at them. Yes, they're very beautiful. They give a little bit of a glow off them. It's
I'm
very
gonna
nice.
make really nice jewelry with them one day.
Thank you,
I'm sure
Alana,
you
for your
will.
contribution. Have you seen these before?
Have I
Or
seen
anything
crystals
like
before?
these
Are
in
they
the
common?
local area?
It's crystals are not unheard of in this area. Can you be a little bit more specific of where you found them, or if there's anything specific that might be special about them? As far as I
Found them
can
in a
see,
cave with wheat.
that's generally where crystals come from. Yes, underground. Very good.
It came from the same place. If you're familiar with Reaper wheat, where Reaper wheat grows in the local area, once again.
Not familiar with the flora that you speak of.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, but if there was something that you believe is strange with these crystals, perhaps I could help you there if you're wondering.
I guess we'll switch to biology.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we're good. I basically just bore my soul to this.
That's
You could.
If you're
she
vouching
knew my
for her-
parents, she's
if
fine.
you're vouching for her,
I'll unwrap
Well,
the
Eli, Eli, I want you to know that no matter what happens, I'm gonna make sure that I will help you find out whatever happened to your parents. Whether it's these presages or something else or someone else, I'll help you find them.
Eli will like reach out and put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "Thank you, man."
oh, sweet Ollie.
Guys, it's happening.
So we got this baby.
Segue.
I've
Master
taken roll off the
segues.
baby at this
I'm
time.
sorry, yes, you do have a baby.
But look at its teeth.
May I? And she holds her hands out to ask for the child.
It's fine, Pavo. It's
Pablo doesn't
fine.
want to give it up.
All right.
Papa
I will,
Pavo.
I will hand over the child.
She takes the child in her arms, kind of holding it gently, kind of tickling it for a minute and smiling down at it. What a peculiar child. I've never come across anything like this.
Peculiar indeed.
Would you
That's a shame.
Would you perhaps mind if I did a bit of investigation on the child?
What kind of investigation on the child?
Well, it's It's a spell. It's completely non-evasive. It will not harm the child in any way, shape, or form. It will just give me a little bit more insight to this strange glowing complexion that it seems to have.
Are you guys okay with this?
I'm okay with it because I couldn't care less, but I am worried about the repercussions of magical effects around the child, given the abnormalities that we've seen.
Given your area of studies, wild magic, you're just scared something would happen?
Yeah.
That could have something to do with it.
If it helps at all, I've cast the spell many, many times before. There's no harm will come to this child. Completely non-invasive.
He seems trustworthy. I'd say we
Yeah.
ought to do it.
Okay.
Magic
She-
always works.
Yeah. Right.
She grabs one of the pillows off the sofa and puts it down onto the table, gently resting the child on top of the pillow. Walking over to her desk once more, she grabs a scroll from it and walks back over to the child. She looks at the scroll, reading a few words off of it before it crumbles to the floor. Holding her hands over top of the child, Alcor, you would immediately recognize this spell as Detect Magic.
Oh.
As she
about to take
closes
some
her
damage.
eyes and points her hands outward, a bright light begins to emanate off the child's body, similar to the one that you all saw within the cavern. Once again, it glows brightly enough that you all get to the point of where you have to shed your eyes. As it continues to build and reach its climax, a burst of arcane light explodes off of the child as a gust of wind like an afterwave pushes through the air. The light once again grows dim as a few pieces of parchment blow off of Birdie's desk, and the room grows still again.
What did you do?
How very strange.
True.
I cannot tell you exactly what this child is, but I can promise you this. This child is not human. And while I do not study matters of these types, I do believe that there's someone I might be able to point you in the direction of who would have all of the answers that you look for. Not far from the northeastern edge of the city lies a tower of the Gray-Eyed Wizard.
Wizard?
He specializes in the preservation of strange and unknown creatures. If anyone can tell you more, it's him. The Gray-Eyed Wizard is a close friend of mine, and if you mention that I sent you, I'm sure he'd be willing to help you.
Wizard have a name?
Gray-eyed wizard, Pavo? It's
That's a
mysterious.
description.
Well, he now goes by the name of Gray, but at one point, and she kind of scratches her head.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
slightly.
god.
God. I think I know who it is.
He had a bit of a nickname. They called him Sexy Gandalf.
Oh, my man.
Of course.
Buckle
Wow.
up, guys. This one's gonna be interesting. Out of game. Out of game.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I preferred the gray-eyed wizard better. All right.
Yes, I never thought that Sexy Gandalf was a good name for a wizard, but that's
Hey.
who am I to
I
judge?
don't know what you guys are talking about. I like that name.
Of course you would.
Oh god.
Hey, I want to talk to any wizard. This sounds great. I want to go no matter what. That sounds super cool.
She picks up the child once more and hands it back to Pavo. I must say, I find it very odd that your kind travels with these individuals.
Why would it be odd for me to travel with these people?
Well, just that you're so far outside of your usual habitation.
And
So
forgive
is
my
she.
ignorance here, but I don't have a usual habitation. Are you referring that you know where others like us are?
Oh, not of us. I'm not from these lands. I'm originally from Arel. But you bear the markings of the Northern Air Tribe. They are the only known tropical Aarakocra tribe. They inhabit the northern mountains and very rarely venture into the known world. I'm actually quite shocked that you wear the robes of the Temple of the Eternal Sun.
That's where I was raised. I was born there.
How
I have
peculiar.
never seen anybody else like my kind before.
Nor have I.
Thanks, Ollie.
You may want to wish to travel to the northern mountains at some point then.
So you're saying there are a lot more like me?
I wouldn't say there's a lot more. They are not a large tribe in any way, but they are of your kind.
Northern Mountains.
I'm finding out
With
a lot
this-
from this bird lady.
Yep.
With this
So
intense
smart.
intense knowledge that seems to wave over you, Pavo. You feel a pep in your step, more so than you ever have before. You have received inspiration from the gods themselves. Thank you to the
very
Golden
much.
Oldies for that one.
Appreciate it.
So, I guess before, unless anybody else has anything they want to ask about,
Oh, no,
I'm just wondering
I
about
have, I have
anything like-
questions.
Oh,
I have
okay.
many
All right.
questions.
go Alcor, take it away.
I'm just super excited. I found out that there's other people like me.
That's awesome, Pavo.
You'll always be one of a kind to us, Pavo.
Thank you.
You'll always be one of us.
If we had an in-house studio audience, they would all be saying, "Oh," at this point.
We're strangers like you.
So, Birdie, quick, just a few questions. You mentioned the City of Gold and the keys.
Yes.
What are the keys?
Well, the keys were... They are a strange artifact. Or should I say multiple artifacts. That's actually one of the main reasons for our archaeology division, to find the keys and study them and preserve them to the best of our capabilities. The keys were said to hold the key, if you will, for an ancient tomb that resides on Qatar. Are you familiar with the mortal champions or their legends?
That was my next question, actually.
Well, the mortal champions, as the story goes, at the height of the god incursions, the six each chose 2 champions to grant some of their powers to. These 12 selected from throughout Bastia were tasked to bring an end to the godly conflict that would have otherwise destroyed the material plane. Along with the 4 prime dragons, the material champions forced both factions of gods back to their respective planes. As a gift of all of their efforts, the 6 gifted them a paradise, a resting place, which they grew to learn and call Qatar. It is said that Qatar itself is the resting place for one of the prime dragons, Thule, to be exact. Legend has it that after defeating the gods, the mortal champions became custodians of Qatar, each guarding a key to Thule's tomb. And if there were ever a time of great conflict, they would once again converge at the tomb to raise Thule from his slumber once more.
To raise Thule? out of the 4 dragons, they want to raise Thule?
Yes.
Why?
He was the one that was granted the location of Qatar, while the others, and again, all seemingly legend, wrapped themselves together and created Mornatar.
But wasn't Thule forced into going into a slumber? Didn't the other 3 dragon force him to go into sleep?
She
I'm pretty
smiles. She smiles at you for a brief second. You are a smart one, aren't you?
Thank you, I guess. But I don't feel like it's a good idea somehow.
Well, Thule was the youngest of the 4 dragons, from my understanding. He did not want to rest at the same time, and so the other 3, as well as the mortar champions, forced him into a state of slumber, and hence why the 12 keys were created in the first place. They keep him in a state of slumber.
Okay. Would awakening 1 dragon awaken all dragons, or just the one?
That is a very astute observation. I'm not sure the answer to that.
Okay. Okay. And doesn't the legend says that in time of need, mankind would be able to awaken the dragons? So I guess that would be with the keys.
Yes, assumably if there was anyone to collect the keys, and I don't see how. None of the mortal champions seem to be alive anymore. But if there were anyone who would have the ability to collect these keys, hypothetically speaking, yes, they would have the ability to awaken Thule once more.
I guess if Eli's parents were on a lookout for these, means somebody is looking for them, for those keys.
Why would somebody want to wake a dragon or wake Thule?
This is not just any dragon. This is a prime dragon. It holds the essences of the cosmos themselves within them. You would have unlimited power in terms of the material plane if you were to raise a dragon like this.
But would you control the dragon? No.
That I cannot say for sure.
Does anybody have any of the keys that you know of?
Well, it was said that these keys were not originally keys at all, but the weapons of the champions themselves.
Have any of them been found?
Well, sadly, the Hawkins Institute has only been able to discover one.
What
But of
about the
course
Prasad family?
I don't believe so. I've never heard of them having any interest in the keys.
I should hope not, but I
You
No.
found the
suspect
key,
otherwise.
or just know where it's at?
No, we are in possession of the key.
Which one?
Well, that's unfortunately a little bit more than I'm willing to tell at this point. That is a bit of a secret that we keep within our internal members.
Okay, so
What if we were to help you find the other ones? Could you give us any leads?
I would be very impressed if you were able to recover any of the Mortal Champion's keys. We've been searching for decades and only been able to discover one. I would, if you happen to come across one, by all means, but it's not like they just lay about anywhere.
So there are 6 champions, right? Spade, Ashante, and who are the other 4?
There are 12 champions altogether.
Oh yeah, 12. Spade, Ashante.
How would you recognize one if you saw one?
There are spells that you could cast where you could identify one, but they are of great power that one who would even be in the presence of one would immediately recognize if they were attuned to knowing those types of magics.
Well, if we had weapons of the mortal champions, would that help us find the keys?
Oh, my dear boy, the weapons are the keys.
Would one of the weapons help to lead us to others?
Not that I am aware of.
This whole time, Lucy's just going, yeah,
Yeah, same.
pretending like he has any idea what's going on.
I'm so tempted to pull one out.
Is there
I'm
any
me too.
chance that this baby could be a key?
I don't think so.
I'll give you that. I
highly
thought
doubt
that was.
And
I
what-
definitely highly doubt that.
And you've never come across a being like this baby before?
Personally, no. No. This child radiates magic on levels I've never seen before.
And
Whatever
when
it is, it's... I have a hard time believing it's human. Tell me, where did you find this child?
That's an awkward story.
Well, full disclosure, those crystals that we showed you,
Ah,
it came about from the crystals.
We pulled it out of a wall of a cavern, and the baby popped out.
Yeah.
a child born of crystals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that, but allow me some time to look into the histories and the legends. Perhaps I can find something that might be of interest to you.
Alcor, did you have another question?
Yeah. What can you
course,
tell us
yes.
about the mark I have on my hand?
Oh boy.
Holding up
boy.
your hand, you you feel a sense of confidence that seemingly overwhelms you for a brief moment, taking a step further than you ever have before in terms of trusting an outsider. The gods look down upon you, Alcor, and they are pleased. You have been awarded inspiration
Aww.
Thank you.
from Cross the Streams. She stares at your hand, completely aghast for a moment. Is that truly fascinating? She grabs your hand and pulls it forward, pulling you off the couch entirely. I have only seen this marking once before. This is the boon of the champions.
We all have it. I'll show her my hand too.
It wasn't me this time, guys. It wasn't me.
But how is
She's our
this
only
possible?
lead.
We're kind of really special people. So there's that.
Take
Yes.
it down a notch, Laura.
This is no small matter, my young friends. Whether it shines or shades on you, destiny is calling.
I hope it doesn't shade on us.
Yeah.
That sounds sketchy.
So now would you be more willing to tell us about this key that you possess?
Yeah. I'm sure Spade would be okay with it.
Yeah.
And Ashante too.
She curls one. She pushes one eyebrow upward at the name of Spade. Interesting. I don't know how you are so familiar with the champions or their lore, but perhaps we can work together. on this, if you wish.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think we're going in that direction anyway. So.
It's directly connected to finding my mom and dad. So,
Avo, I think to show her that she can trust us completely, I think you should show us or show her our key first.
All right.
Again, not me this time, guys. I was so good.
you were so good.
So who's sitting next to me?
You probably have Eli, Alcor, and Trix on the same couch as you.
All right. Trix, I hand you the baby.
Really?
And then I pull out the spear, just kind of like spin it around and stand it down on the floor. Like
Sure.
standing up. Yep.
You
of course.
spun
I
it
gotta-
first, though.
I'd spun it around and set it down. Like,
He's
It's a maiden
showing
dance.
off.
this is what we got.
She looks it up and down in complete shock. You actually have a key. She takes it, holding
yeah,
it
we
in her
do.
arms. Is this Spade's gravedigger?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
This is amazing. How did you ever become into possession of this?
He gave it to us.
Yeah.
He killed a monster in his tomb.
Monster was wielding it. I took it, with intention of giving it back. Found out it was Spade's, and Spade gave it to me. And then I gave it to Lucy. Lucy gave it to Pavo. Pavo showed it to you.
That is the exact chain of possession.
That's quite accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually went back to Odie one more time, then to Lucy again, then to Papa again.
Right.
You do realize what you hold in your possession.
We do now.
Yep.
Fear of
No, we
Spade,
always
yes.
do. We always do.
One of the keys, yes.
I don't know how you came across this, and she hands it back.
Thank you.
But to hold a key of the mortal champion should not be taken lightly in any way, shape, or form. Protect this as closely as you can. There are many out there who wish for this exact item, or any item exactly like it.
We'd like you to help you find the rest. If you can work with us.
I can offer you assistance in this matter in one way. There is a professor that now heads up our archaeology division. It is much more practical than the study. He is off on a mission right now, but he should be returning tomorrow. Would you be able to come back tomorrow and meet with him?
Believe so.
What's his name?
An old friend of mine, a little hot-headed. He watches over and trains most of our archaeologists.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Tancred.
Tancred. Wow, that sounds like a solid name. A solid name.
He is quite the dwarf.
Dwarf. I speak Dwarvish. Maybe we'll get along. We'll probably
Sure
get
you
along.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
I need some fresh air. Is there like a balcony or anything?
There seems to be a little bit of a balcony that you can walk out onto.
Eli will go and just kind of like look out.
Okay.
So I have one other question. We heard that there is a river that flows upward. Does that ring any bell to you? In any
No.
myth, legends, or anything like that about Qatar?
Not that I'm familiar with, no.
All right.
Know anyone by the name of Rasilian? Just thought I'd ask. Seems like you know a lot of stuff.
Brazilian, no. No, I'm sorry, no.
Okay.
Is that a student or teacher here?
No. He's a mentor of mine. He's gone missing.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's okay. He was doing what he loved.
I'm glad.
I do have one more question for you. You seem familiar with my order of the Eternal Sun.
Yes.
Are you? Do you know if they had contact with my race? If they're familiar with?
No, both are quite isolated, one to the north and one to the east. Of course, as you know, the Temple of the Eternal Sun guards the mountain range that blocks off most of the jungles of Qatar from the desert to the far east. They generally stay to themselves.
I was just wondering if you had known if they had had any, if you had known contact with my species.
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure that they might have passed at some point, but nothing in particular, no.
Thank you. I go over to Trix to pick up the baby again.
All right.
Give him back.
Okay. Are we?
Well, this has been just so informative. I feel like, anyway. I do have one question before we go.
Of course.
And I'm going to put my hand on Pavo's back and I'm going to say, are you single?
My feathers fluff up a little bit. I'm like, what's fucking good?
Unfortunately, when you meet with my husband tomorrow, Professor Tancred.
What?
Better luck next time, buddy. And I pat his chest twice.
I'm just now picturing a dwarf with a hair cocker right now.
Hey,
I
man.
wouldn't.
Hey.
Don't
yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
Don't hate on love. Love comes in all shapes and
Pavo.
sizes, Pavo.
Remember the Love Grove?
Remember everything Alara ever said?
Eli will come back inside.
Are you okay,
Okay.
Eli?
I'm okay. If you do have anything that belongs to my parents, I would really appreciate that. I have very little left of them.
There is one thing. It wasn't necessarily your parents, but it's something that we shared. She walks over to her desk and pulls out a drawer, putting a probably palm-sized ruby directly down on the table.
Wow.
This was the only form of communication that I had with your parents. This is a sending stone that we shared between the two of us.
His mouth will like drop. He's staring at her in complete and utter shock. What's the last communication you ever had with them?
Well, the last communication that I had was they were being rained on. But their rain came from their feet.
What? Like, okay. And then the communication stopped at that point?
Unfortunately, yes.
And how long ago was that?
It's got to be 10 years at least.
Do you know where they were?
Sounds
North,
like
Somewhere
upside
on-
down
south,
water.
west,
Yeah.
anything?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No,
They
I'm
found
sorry,
it.
dear.
Maybe the waterfall isn't running upside down. Maybe the gravity in the area where the waterfall is running upside down.
Can I have this?
Yes, it's yours, of course.
I'll give you anything for it. Okay.
Just promise me you'll be safe. And if there's anything that you need, please come to me first. Don't take unnecessary risks if you don't have to.
Of course not. We're allies, and then he's gonna reach a hand to shake her hand.
She smiles at you as she takes your hand in both of hers. Just as brave as Bruno was.
He'll nod, and then he'll say, "Thank you for everything."
Of course.
We still cannot know what key you have, or from who it is. Which of the champion?
Yes.
Perhaps another day.
We'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we're coming back tomorrow. Talk to
Well.
Tancred.
If you wish to go see your gray-eyed wizard, it's only a half day's travel.
Will he be mad if we call him Sexy Gandalf?
No.
I refuse to call anybody by that name.
Was this a nickname given to him, or does he refer to himself as well as Sexy Gandalf?
He did at one point until, well, that's a story for another day.
No, I want to know that story. Until what?
We'll ask him. We'll ask him. Ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
I
ask
feel like
the
we've
wizard.
been here for hours.
We'll ask the wizard what he prefers to be called by.
All right. Is Sexy Gandalf actually sexy? I'm just curious.
Between us girls, very.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited then. This should be fun.
Silver
Oh, yeah.
fox. Oh, that's
You
funny.
seem to really like him, then why did you end up with the dwarf?
I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like she likes him that
These
much.
all seem like questions for tomorrow.
Kind of like eye rolling. Okay.
Okay.
Well, the day's still young, so do you want to start heading now?
Hmm I think
Yeah.
so. We'll
I
come back
want to go
tomorrow.
see. I want to see
Let's
a
go
sexy
see
wizard.
Sexy Gandalf.
Yeah.
Half day's
Get some
travel,
food.
correct?
Half
Yes,
day's
about a
travel.
half a day's travel. If you simply follow the northeast path that takes you
Northeast path.
through the jungle, it's in between here and the next village over.
And you're pretty
Okay.
confident that this wizard will have more answers about this child.
Very much so.
Okay. I'm wrapping him back up in the robe.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you all as well. I hopefully will become more friends.
We're already friends.
I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, you're my favorite so far.
Say that every time you meet someone new.
What's wrong with that, Lucy?
Okay.
Let's get going.
Let's get going.
So, are we off to see the wizard?
I was waiting for
We're off to see the wizard.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
All right, Tin Man.
Leaving Birdie's office, you make your way down to the lower floor. As you do, you're about to leave before an individual comes up to you, holding a number of books in his arms. He scatters towards you. You notice this halfling individual. Excuse me. You just came from Professor Winger's office, did you not?
I'll address him. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. By chance, are you for hire?
Oh no.
Depends.
For the right price.
Or what?
Potentially.
I'm assuming, based on the weapons and the armors and such, that you are adventurers or someone who goes off to take on things that are scary.
Are you in trouble?
No, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I might have lost my friends.
Oh no. That's horrible.
Okay. Did you lose your friends, or did your friends lose you? Because that's a totally different story. Just want to make sure.
Alcor. That's
No,
mean.
Oh, spicy.
Within the Hawkins Institute, there's the archaeologists, and then they have their handler, and their handler's meant to make sure that they're safe all the time.
Are you a handler?
I'm relatively new at it, but yes,
So you lost your archaeologists.
I might have lost my archaeologist.
This is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
No. What were they looking for? Where were they?
Yeah.
They were out on one of the digs, and we there was a map, and they showed us a place, and I sent them there, and now I can't find them.
You know what they
Begins
were
to
looking
well
for?
up.
Oh.
Oh no.
They were looking for one of the keys, and I sent them there, and now they're not responding.
Okay. Eli will
don't
come
know
up to
where
him and
they
be like,
are.
okay, buddy. What's your name?
My name is Sirach.
Sirach.
Yeah,
It's okay,
Sirach.
Sirach. We're gonna find your friends.
No, Sir Hawk. That's what.
Sir Hawk.
Do you
that's what
refer
they
to yourself
call me.
as sir, or is that your
Well,
name?
that's what my friend. That's what they call me.
Oh, Sirach.
Oh.
Do you have a copy of this map of where you sent them?
I do. And he wipes away a couple tears from his eyes as he flips open one of the books and shows you and points on a map and says, they were supposed to go here, and they're not back yet.
What were you using to communicate with them? We'll need that too.
Yeah.
I was using this, and he reaches into a pouch, pulling out what you recognize now as a sending stone.
Okay. I will give that to somebody else to hold on to so it doesn't get mixed up with the one that I have.
I'll take it.
If you can find them, it's I would really appreciate it. They're like family to me.
So
How much would you appreciate it?
Oh, you mean like money?
Yeah, that's typically how these transactions go.
I mean, I don't have much. Maybe a 1,000 gold.
Wow.
those people don't know how to be poor.
I mean, I guess that's. We'll see if we get to it.
You know, if no one
The
finds
rates are a
them,
little bit higher than that usually.
if no one finds them, perhaps something poetic will happen. Like maybe in 1,000 years, some archaeologists will discover their bones.
Well, let's
He
hope not.
immediately burst into tears, like over and above. My friends are gonna die, and I don't know what to do about it.
All right.
Oh, no, it's okay.
We'll do it for 1,000.
I was trying to do kind of
we had
Golly.
silence.
silver linings that people talked about. I thought, I'm sorry.
We'll go over those later and now.
And how would we
Your
recognize
response
these
wasn't
people
very
as your
appropriate.
friends?
That's a good question, Pavo.
What? And he wipes his eyes and like a bit of drool that's over top of his mouth. What?
How would we recognize these people as your friends, as the ones we're looking for?
They're wearing the symbol of the hawk on it when the Hawkins Institute on it. It's blue and yellow, and you'll be able to find it.
Okay.
Do they have names?
They do. Their names, and one's name is Torin, and one's name is Yellow Wolf, and the other's name is Thomas.
Sir Hawk, you know, you can't hold yourself responsible for this, right? They're on a dangerous mission.
It's all my fault, though.
You gotta let that go, pal. That's gonna eat you up. It's okay.
We're gonna help you. It's
We're gonna
gonna be
help you.
okay. It's gonna be okay.
Isn't that right, Lucy?
Okay. Okay.
Yep, it's gonna be just fine, bud.
You're gonna help me?
We're gonna help you.
Yeah.
Yes, there's
So-
no need to lose any more liquid.
Preserve your liquid.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay.
Are you related to anyone at the Hawkins Institute, Sir Hawk? Just wondering.
My dad, he is a professor. His name's Hawk too, and he got me the job here. And I'm gonna screw it all up if all of my friends die, and I can't
All right, he's triggered. All right, we triggered him. Okay.
Oh no, you're not
explains
gonna
the
be
promotion.
fired.
It's okay, Sir Hawk. Don't worry. We're your friends now. We'll take care of it.
You're gonna help me, please?
From one halfling to another. Oh. Here, Eli will take out his bandana, the one from the caves, and give it to him.
Oh, thank you.
Blush.
And he blows into it.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was interesting.
Wow.
Well, should we take care of this before we go see Sexy Gandalf?
No.
No, I think we gotta go see Sexy Gandalf first because I think that
I'm not gonna go on a
Um,
rescue search with our
baby. Yeah, it's no
Yeah.
place for a baby.
I mean, they must have gone missing nearby, and we're coming back anyway, so...
Yeah,
Is
we're
there-
coming back tomorrow.
Is their location indicated on the map?
Maybe it's on the way.
Surprisingly enough, it's not too far off from where Birdie had said that the tower is.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
It's on the way. Look at that.
okay. Perfect. We'll take care of this right away. See, it's gonna be all fine.
We will bring them back.
Oh, okay. If you promise, do you promise?
Yeah, I promise. Dead or alive, we'll bring them back.
Oh my god.
What?
Guys,
Okay,
stop.
okay,
He's just gonna
okay.
keep crying.
He blows his nose once again into the handkerchief. Can I keep this just in case?
It's yours, pal.
Forever.
Okay. And he kind of, with head pointed to the ground, walks off towards the other side.
That was incredibly uncomfortable.
That was intense even for me.
Poor guy. I feel for
Yeah, no.
him. He's a little
Alora,
man in a
if
big
anyone
world.
ever needed a hug, you are
I know.
heartless.
I was scared. That was a lot. That was just a lot.
Yeah, that was a perfect timing for a hug. I agree with Lucy here.
Hopefully he too is rust proof.
Jesus.
Well,
Well, I'll hug him when we give his friends back. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe he won't be crying so much.
I seriously doubt that.
Either for
Hopefully
Happy
happy
blood-
tears.
tears. Happy tears.
Happy
Yes.
tears. Yeah, because we're not bringing them back dead, Alcor. Why would you say that?
Well, what if they are dead?
Yeah, ask
What
me
if
to
they are
promise
dead?
it. That was the only way I could promise it.
No, we
That's
don't know their
okay.
fate.
Okay. Why don't we step outside to talk about what we have learned here?
Yeah, I think that's
So
a good
much.
idea.
Step outside
think-
to a secluded location.
Lucy has questions for you now.
I think we let's
we need to
let's
chat.
talk. Yeah, we need
Let's
a group-
walk and talk. Do we want to walk to the tower?
Yeah, it's walk and talk.
Yeah,
we got
let's
half
walk.
an hour.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Walk and
yeah,
talk. Okay.
yeah.
Screw.
I don't think we have enough bacon for a picnic right now.
Well, she wouldn't share it with me anyways. So
Pigs gonna have a piece of bacon?
Oh, I already ate it.
Ah, okay. Too bad.
Of course.
She didn't say no.
Well, I'm just
As
stoked
you
that
as you all leave the Hawkins Institute, you begin to make your way outside of the city center. And as you do, the sun beats down upon all of you, feeling very warm as the universe continues to share its warmth and love with you all. And the universe receives inspiration. Thank you so much to the Golden Oldies for the inspiration to the universe.
God, he's gonna use that to kill one of us.
yeah, for sure.
eventually.
I will try my best.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So we're walking and talking.
Yeah, walk and
as you
talk.
continue walking and talking, you find yourself outside of what you believe is the largest building that you've seen so far within the city of Trellis. Directly out front, there seems to be a bit of a city square where a large fountain resides. As you continue to walk forward, you notice a crowd gathering around the fountain itself. Getting a little bit closer, you hear the murmurs and the panic in the people's voices.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
someone's up here.
No,
And archaeologists?
don't say that.
I'll like gesture to the rest of the group and kind of like nudge my way through the crowd.
Okay.
Oh.
The
Pushing your
halfling-
way through the
group
crowd.
pushing.
Pushing your way through the crowd, you make your way up to the front, very close to the edge of the fountain itself, where you look up and see the body of a young man draped over top of the fountain as if on display. You hear a few whispers. How is this possible? No, it can't be. Is that the lion head kid? It has to be. What? As you continue to stare up in bewilderment at this body now hoisted above the fountain, you can hear a commotion coming directly from the large building.
I will duck. I will get the
Out
fuck
of my
out of
way!
there.
Out of my way! Out of my way! A man bursts through the crowd with a large entourage behind him. He's got very well kempt hair and a beautiful sported beard. His hair slicked back, wearing purple robes with golden jewelry hanging off him from head to toe. One of his entourage tries to hold him back, but he pushes his way to the front. A few murmurs around the crowd. That's the Baron of Trade. That's Lionhead himself. He's here. How could he be here? The man looking up at the fountain. His demeanor changes immediately, as longing and grief immediately shed over his face. He reaches up towards the fountain before falling down to his knees. My son! My son! He begins to weep uncontrollably. A moment passes as he lowers his head for but a brief moment. Raising it back up, you now see a look of sheer rage on the man's face, bloodletting screaming through his eyes, of a frenzy of madness and anger resides over him. His voice changes from that of one that's weeping to one that's enraged. My son! My son! My son! He continues screaming on into the night as his voice changes to that of almost a wild animal in pain, as the rest of the crowd continues to grow silent, like that of a tomb. But that, my friends, is a story for another day.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think we are standing right beside him. We gotta go.
I'm gonna tell him it was Alara.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, Bob makes a good point. Being a tyrant has consequences, man.
He's not wrong.
You didn't kill that kid.
Man, Ollie's inspired to make this better.
Oh God,
Wow.
yes. Yes, we will look into that next episode for sure.
Yep.
We have an
I guess
acrobatics check.
We
We
do.
missed it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, gotta stretch it out. One last one. 7th inning stretch.
Guys,
Okay.
everything is cracking.
Blue Jays.
Okay.
Let's play ball.
Ooh.
Oh,
That was nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Guess
Thank you,
I
Sir
guess if
Hawk, for
anyone's-
helping us out with that.
If anyone's feeling bad about this right now, it'd be, and that's if anyone, it'd be me and Trix, because we were the only ones who even had any inclination of like possibly stopping it from happening.
Well,
But,
first and foremost, I just want to say to anyone watching and or my players, if I blew out your eardrums there, I am very sorry.
No, that was great.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Oscar-winning
Corrected your
performance.
audience.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
it.
Shut
Yeah.
I
up.
felt it.
Shut up.
I felt
Too
it for
kind.
sure.
Drama, the drama.
Well, you know, I gotta make it at least a little good sometimes.
Oh yeah.
It was better than Troll 2. That's for sure.
Wow. Okay.
I had to hold back a tear myself.
Oh, man.
Aw. Well, Papa Pavo, I can
I
understand.
know. My God. We have to stop coming across dead bodies, guys. I don't like this one bit.
Seriously.
Better just leave town and not come back. That'll solve that.
That's Trellis, baby.
Yeah.
So, with that said, again, thank you everyone so much for the continued support in everything that we do. Thank you for all of the bits, the subs, and all of those kind of things. And hey, if you've enjoyed our silly faces and the story that we're telling, consider following along. And hey, if you've got a Prime sub that you just have kicking around and you feel like we deserve it, we wouldn't say no. And thank you in advance for all of the things that you do as our chat. I really do love our community, from whether it's our world building on Sundays or whether it's our actual game. I think that doing this in front of you all really gives a sense of community around all of it, and I really do feel like you guys are a part of this at times when we're playing along. So thank you for everything over and above the subs and the bits and the thingy-mabobs. Just thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We recognize all of you, and we appreciate every single one. So with that said, we are going to draw our session to a close for the evening. So thank you, as always, for watching along. And a little bit of a word of warning and caution to you all. To all those adventurers out there, be careful. You can trip. We'll see you in the next one, everyone. Take care and have a great week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's all, folks.
Bye-bye now.